the fake tan done, loved by the Kardashian sisters and Olympia Valance, the underwear model for Glossard. Becky Mitchell is here today giving me the tan. Hi Becky.
Hi.
She's using Soleil by Superdrug and a couple of other tans to create a 3D look, which will make everything look a bit perkier, a bit more toned and a bit more slim. If you've got any questions, let us know in the comments and we'll do our best to answer them. Yeah, so first of all we have to apply a base tan, which is what I've got on now. Becky's just finishing off applying the base tan. And in a minute we're going to go in with some darker shades and lighter shades, Becky?
Yes.
Dark and lighter shades to make, you know, the areas that we want to stand out, and then areas that we want to be more defined, we'll go over with a darker tan. So like the idea would be, give yourself some nice abs, show off some quads if you've got some, maybe some shoulders, and a nice perky bust, which we'll show you in a bit.
So we're going to go in with the ab shader and skinny tan first, and we're going to start work across the collarbone.
Is this a lighter or a darker tan?
This is a dark one.
It's a darker tan than our base tan. For our base tan, we use Superdrug Soleil in what shade?
Dark.
In dark. So I'm already quite tan anyway. I've got quite olive skin, Bulgarian. Love it. And I've tried to scrub off all the fake tan that I had on before, but I've actually left a few dry patches of skin, which isn't ideal. So when you do this yourself, make sure that you scrub your skin really well. Use a good scrub, so that you don't have really dry skin, and so the tan goes on smoothly. Make sure you moisturise before you put on your tan. Yeah, so apparently the Kardashians love this. I interviewed Olympia Valance a few weeks ago and she told me that she does this when she gets ready for an underwear shoot. Could you get it done? Let us know. So Becky, do you do fake tans on people normally? You're a big job.
Yeah.
Becky works for a creative agency in London, by the way. She's a professional makeup artist and tanner.
So for shoots, this is popular for the lingerie models or bikini models to get them ready for the bikini, whatever the season is.
So in terms of bikini models, that could be like a catalogue model or a runway model, or what kind of any kind of
all sorts, any kind of model that has their body exposed, really.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing a like a low-level bodybuilding competition called Miss Galaxy Universe in July. So for bodybuilders and bikini models, in that sense, who compete on stage, who work out and get in like tip-top condition in terms of muscle tone and definition, this kind of tan is also a really great way to show off their hard work. So definitely getting one of these done in July. You can follow my bikini journey on Instagram at Denny Vegan Fitness. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be one of these deep, dark mahogany tans that you sort of synonymous stereotype with bodybuilders. It will be more, a little bit more subtle than that.
Becky, can you take us through what you're doing at the moment? Yeah, of course. So right now, we're just going to shade around the collarbones. And as we're using the skinny tan ab shader, it's going to develop darker. So make sure you're placing it in and buffing it right into the areas that you want to be shaded. You can use like an instant bronzer before as a guideline if you feel more comfortable doing that.
Becky, are we going to highlight the collarbone afterwards as
yes,
well?
we will do. We'll finish off with like a nice oil to highlight the collarbone.
So I guess what we're doing here is we're applying dark first, and then we're going to go over with light afterwards. Because it's easier to go over with light than it is to put dark over light. Got quite a few people in the studio today, don't mind us.
We have some questions.
Okay.
Melissa wants to know what happens if you want to go swimming.
Why does it want to go swimming, Becky?
So if you use a normal tan that's wear off, not wash off, it will stay on while you want to go swimming. If you're using an instant tan, then that will come off as soon as you get in the water, because that will rinse off with any water.
So Becky, what kind of tan are we using today?
So the Soleil is a wear-off tan, and the ab shader is also a wear-off tan. They usually have about 7 days wear, so you'll get a good wear from this.
So I guess what happens is, as a normal fake tan, a long wearing one, you leave it on for a few hours and then you do rinse it off, and then you're left with a slightly lighter tan than what you first had put on. And that should stay, that shouldn't really come off if you go swimming. I mean, what does chlorine do to tan? Do you know?
Chlorine can affect the tan and can bring it up, but it depends on the chlorine levels. Sometimes your tan can last really well. If you've exfoliated well beforehand and you look after your skin and moisturise daily with your tan on with an oil-free moisturiser, then your tan will definitely last.
So do I want to know who has time to do this?
I guess models.
Yeah. Anyone that really wants to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
You can make time for anything that you really want to do, I think.
Yeah, I mean, how long is it going to take, really? I mean,
You don't need to go into that much detail if you're doing that yourself. You can literally just focus on the areas that you really want to shade.
it's like face contouring. I mean, who, you know, when that first came out, it seemed like a bit of an excess, but now we all do it. So it's just the next level, really, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Tara, have you got any more questions?
Everybody says how much is it cost? Is it expensive to keep up?
Becky, how much
No,
does it charge?
so you'd be able to do this on yourself at home, or you could do this with your friends, help each other out. You don't have to get it done professionally for it to be right. You can just nip down to Superdrug and buy the ab shader, which is Skinny Tan, or buy the Soleil Wear Off Tan, and that's all you need to do really. There's no expense after you've brought the tan.
What about if they did want to get that professionally?
Check with local salons. I mean, a lot of tanners should already have the knowledge of doing this anyway, so I'm sure there's plenty of local salons that do it for a spray tan price, maybe something similar.
It's kind of a bit of artwork, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So right now we're just shading on some abs. So I'm going to ask Denny to tensor abs for me. So then we're just going to have a feel and check where they are, just to check that we're on the right lines.
Never had a six-pack before.
So we're drawing the effects of a six-pack. We're going to blend it right in, so it's not really going to look like a six-pack, but when the tan washes off, it's going to have that really fair, shaded effect.
Make sure that you let us know if you've got any questions, and if you'd get this done yourself, and if you like the idea of it, or if you don't, just let us know in the comments.
Michelle says not everyone has a spare friend around who could do this. Can you do it on your own?
Yeah, definitely. You can do it in the mirror. If you stand in the mirror, just practice a few times before you use actual wear-off tan. If you're using wash-off, then yeah, have a practice, have a play around with it. Just have a few brushes to blend in the lines and a nice clean mitt to start with, and you'll be fine.
So just to remind viewers, I'm Denny Coco from the female team at Made Online. We're here today in the studio with Becky Mitchell, who's a professional makeup artist and tanner at Creative Agency in London. We're using Superdrug, Soleil and a few other tans to create a 3D tan, and the idea is to make everything look a bit perkier, a bit more toned and a bit slimmer to get you looking really good in your bikini for summer. This kind of technique is loved by the Kardashian sisters and the lingerie model and actress Olympia Valance. I've met her a few times. She's absolutely gorgeous, and she told me that she does these 3D tans before she does an underwear shoot. So we thought we'd get Becky in the studio today to give it a go. Well, I'm going to try it out for you guys and see what I can make of it, really. And yeah. Sorry, Katie. Okay, we've got quite a few people in the studio here today, don't mind us. Let us know if you've got any questions at all. Yeah, today we're using a few Superdrug tans, mainly Soleil and a few other brands. Yeah, I mean, Becky uses this one normally, so we're going with what we know. It's a really good shade. So what are we doing at the moment, Becky?
So at the moment we've put on the guidelines and we're just going to pat them in. We still want to be able to see them because, as we said before, they will rinse off when you shower. So when you shower, the darker effect will rinse off and you'll just be left with a shadow. But we just want to make sure they're nice and blended so you're not left streaky at all when you wash it off.
So basically what's going to happen is leave it on for a few hours, and as a regular fake tan, you know, put on fake tan before, the ones that are supposed to last a bit longer, you know, not the wash off ones, not the rinse off ones, but the longer lasting ones. Leave them on for a few hours, Then when you wash them off, you know, any sort of residue and any bits that are too dark usually will rinse off quite well, and you're left with a slightly lighter version of what you had done in the first place, and that should last you, I don't know, about a week maybe?
Yeah, about 7 days usually.
Yeah.
Just check with the particular tan that you're using, but most of the Soleil ones will last you around a week.
Jenny, can you tell our viewers why people are contouring?
Okay, well, I mean, why are people contouring their faces, you know, as well? I guess people just want to show off their best bits, minimise their worst bits, if you want to call it that. And just like face contouring, we're highlighting the high points, so the more toned points of our bodies might put, as you know, a bit of lightness down the centre of the legs to make them look slimmer, perhaps on the clavicles and your collarbones to make them pop out, maybe some on your abdominals if you fancy that, and maybe on your bum or your hamstrings, and then you put dark bits, you know, on the inner parts of the leg or on the outer parts of the leg, between the abs, and perhaps like around the shoulder blade, around the shoulder muscle, your deltoid, to really contour them and show them off. It's basically like, let's say you've been working out at the gym, you put a lot of hard work into it, you want to show it off, and so the 3D tan is just going to help you, cause it's just going to help highlight all your best bits on your hard work really, and make you look just the best you can, your bikini, on summer or on stage, you know, whether you're just going on holiday or whether you're doing, you know, you're a bikini model like Olympia, Valance, or whether you're doing a bodybuilding competition like I will be in a couple months. I'm doing Miss Galaxy Universe at the O2. You can follow my journey on Instagram, Denny Vegan Fitness, and I'll definitely be getting a 3D tan for that to show off any muscle tone that I might build up, and yeah, the hard work that's gone into it really.
So now we're just going to shade the inner thigh at the front. So all we're doing is creating this bit which we want to pull forward, and this bit we're just going to shade it. So what that's going to do is take it a little bit darker than the rest of the tan and blend it in so this bit shades back from the light.
Becky's a professional tan, she does this for a living. Knows exactly what she's doing, unlike me, but I'm learning quite a few tricks today, so thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have Becky on hand, hopefully this video will give you a bit of an insight into how you can do this at home or do it with your friends. Let us know if you've got any questions in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them. And let us know if you'd like to do this yourself, if you think it's a good idea, or if you've heard of it before, or if you like the Kardashian look. Let us know what you think.
Bobby Watson says, when you sweat, when does it all come off?
Well, as a normal fake tan, Becky, wouldn't you agree
Yeah,
that?
this is normal wear off tan, so you're going to rinse it off after a few hours of wearing it.
And don't go working out after you just put it on, of course. You don't want to get sweaty, because then it will rinse.
Your best bet is to do it at night time, so an hour before you're going to go to bed so you can sleep in it and get up in the morning and shower, and then you can go about your day as usual.
We're just putting on darker bits on the inside to sort of make the leg a bit slimmer and define the quads at the front as well, which is exactly what we want. I mean, if you think about it, normally when you tan, you just tan, you know, the bits of you that are exposed to the sun, whereas now we can really go to town and have fun and get tanned in exactly the sort of way that we want to. And you know, you do hear that you should stay out of the sun a bit more these days, so if you get a fake tan, you may as well do this.
Exactly. There's a lot of models that I know now that will have a spray tan before they go on holiday because they really want to look after their skin, but nobody wants to be the really pale girl on the beach with factor 50 on. So if you have a nice tan before you go away, then you can wear a really high factor while you're there.
If you hear camera flashes, we've got Adam taking photos and videos, don't mind him. But yeah, today I'm Denny Kokova from the female team at Main Online, getting a 3D tan with the help of Becky Mitchell of Creative Agency in London. We're using various brands of tan, mainly Supergel Soleil. Comes in how many shades?
There's a variety. They do so many different ones because some are lighter, some are darker, some are wash off, some are wear off. There's oils, bronzing oils. There's a huge variety of tans. Well, you can choose one that suits your skin the best.
I guess for what we're doing today, for 3D tans, you wouldn't really use oils, would you?
You can use an oil after once you've rinsed off on the highlighted areas, definitely.
Fine. But today we're using dark. Is there a specific type of solo? Is it just solo dark?
So it's a solo dark mousse.
Solo dark.
The spray's good too, but I feel like you'd have to let that set into your skin for a little longer before you went in with the contouring if it's the spray. But the mousse, you can buff that into the skin as you would. So if you can turn around for me, I'm just going to focus on the back of there. Okay.
Don't know how I'm going to talk here. Just like this. Okay, maybe I'll do it like this. Hello. So we've done my front, and just moving on to the back. So what's the idea with the back of the body? What do we want to
So at
achieve?
the back, we're going to create a curvier bottom. So what we're going to do
I have
is
been doing squats. So
amazing. So you've already got a good base for me to work with. So we're going to shade just underneath where you want your bottom to look more plump.
And then are we going to highlight above it?
Yeah, we'll highlight a little bit more here.
I don't know if our readers have heard about bum contouring before, but it was kind of a really funny phenomenon that came about in the last few weeks. You can read all about bum contouring on Made Online. Make sure you visit our Facebook page and go on dailymail.co.uk.com and check out some of the articles we've written about bum contouring. So today, part of the 3D tan that we're doing, we've got the abs and the legs and all that. We are doing bum contouring. We give it a go. I don't know if it's something that I would do normally, but I am trying out for you guys, and I'll let you know what I make of it at the end. Becky, have you had any requests for clients coming to us to get their bum contoured?
Definitely on photo shoots when we're working with models, we will contour any areas of the body that helps them feel more comfortable or that looks better in the shot. Because a lot of the time there's really white light as well that can flash out any details, so it's great to add more detail with tan and body contouring.
This is so funny.
What's happening now? What are you doing now?
So now we're contouring Denny's bottom. So we're going to give the bottom a more plump, hurt effect. So when she washes this tan off in a few hours or so, there'll be a naturally shaded line just underneath, so the bottom sits more perky.
So, if you're watching, let us know, would you get this done? What do you make of all this? Look, just so you know, once it's all rinsed off, it's not going to be, I'm not going to be like this sticky, brown person, it'll wash off and blend well, it'll fade a bit more, and, we'll just have this lovely, natural looking 3D effect. So, why not? But let us know, would you get it done?
So as well, in the same way that we contoured, yeah, of course. In the same way that we contoured the inner thigh from the front, we're just going to make sure it's matching up from the back. So we don't want to contour the inner thigh too much from the back, but we definitely can match it up just so it blends well from the front to back.
Tara, have you got any questions?
People think that they shouldn't make themselves look fake. Do you think this is an okay thing to
Do you
do?
know what? How much do you think you can really fake this? You could be a size 14 and fake yourself to be a size 8 or something. If the idea is you've already put some hard work in, you just want to highlight the best bits. Like when you do fake, okay, yeah, we have all seen those befores and afters of faces looking entirely different after a good contouring session. But I don't really think that you can do this with body contouring.
No,
What do you think, Becky?
you can't do that with fake tan. Fake tan will literally just give you the shadows. We can turn around a little bit more today. I'm just going to focus on the back.
Okay.
So with fake tan, you're just going to create shadows. With actual body makeup, you could take it to a whole new level, like you would on the face contouring, where you'd completely shade and highlight and give the skin a false look and full makeup. But we're not doing that today. We're literally just going to add a little bit of definition and a little bit of shading. A natural tan may go darker in certain areas and give you a natural contour anyway, so we're just doing this without the sun exposure too.
Best for the skin and completely bespoke. You can get the kind of look you want. Just make sure that before you do this, you've scrubbed off any old tan really well, any dry skin, moisturised.
Using an oil-free moisturiser first.
There you go, Becky knows and stuff.
So is this wash off?
No, this is wear off tan, so we're going to rinse this off in a few hours time to see the natural shading. You can do this with wash off tan as well, so you use just a darker one for the shading and a lighter one for the rest of the body. But today we're using the Skinny Tan Ab Shader. So this is created to give shadows to the abs and any other areas on the body that you want to shade. And for Denny, we want to give her a nice lasting effect, so hopefully this is going to last about a week.
So does Denny have to keep this on for a couple of hours
Yes.
and then rinse off?
Yeah, a few hours before she rinses it off. All tans are different with different development times. You can get some that develop within an hour, you can get some that develop within 8 hours. So just look on the back of the bottle and see how long you need to leave yours on for. So just so readers know, just so viewers know, I'm Denny Coco from the female team at Mail Online. I'm here getting a 3D tan in studios at in the Mail Online offices. I'm here with Becky Mitchell of Creative Agency in London. She's a professional makeup artist and tanner. We're using various tans, mainly Superdrug Soleil range. I've got the dark as a base, and we're going over a couple of different lighter and darker tans to highlight the bits we want to highlight and define the bits we want to define with the darker colours. Kim Kardashian and the Kardashian sisters love a good 3D tan, and obviously anything the Kardashians do, you know, maybe we want to try out. Olympia, Valance, the underwear model and actress, also loves the 3D tan. She told me that when I interviewed her a couple of weeks ago. And yeah, she said that it's just her top tip for looking great for summer. So yeah, we're giving it a go today. Let us know what you make of it if you would do this yourself. Becky says the cost isn't really very high, you just buy a few shades of tan. And you know, you could possibly do it with a friend of yours, you know, unless you have got the budget to go get a professional tan done like this.
You may already have the tans in the cupboard as well. If you've got one that you feel like is too dark for you, that you wouldn't necessarily wear, you can go off and buy one that's a little bit lighter to use all over the body. You just use your darker one to shade the areas that you'd like to shade. So let us know in the comments what you make of it.
Becky, how many shades are you using today?
Just 2 at the moment, and then we're going to use a lighter one to finish off and just add a few highlighted areas. You could also wash off. When you wash off the tan, you'd use like a nice shimmer oil. I'll show you one of those to add for the highlighted areas too. That's the best way to get a highlight, using a little bit of shimmer, something that's going to sparkle in the sunshine. I mean, that is going to wash off, but it looks great if you're going on a night out or spending time at a pool party. So Becky, tell us exactly, if you were going to define it, what is a 3D tan? 3D tan is literally just shading areas that you want to shade, making the best of your best assets. If you feel like you struggle in the gym with working on your legs, then why not 3D tan your legs? So all the hard work that you're putting in, whilst you're doing the work, you can feel like they're looking better, more toned, or you can just do it to feel better in general. You don't need to be really toned to do this. It's just shading. Any questions, Tara?
Yeah, people want to know, can you put the clothes back on after you've done it, or do you have to wait a couple of hours?
So you can put your clothes back on as soon as your skin feels dry. So as long as it's not tacky to touch, you can put your clothes back on. But like I say, best to do it at night and then put some really loose fitting pyjamas on, or a loose fitting dressing gown or something to sleep in, and then you can rinse it off in the morning.
My top tip, I do fake tan often, and yeah, at night, and long sleeves if you can. You know, just in case, you know, would you agree?
Yes, definitely.
You know,
Long sleeves is
I
much
actually
more
wear black leggings, you know, when I've done my legs at night. You know, just to save the shoes, just in case.
Yeah, that is.
Especially if they're white.
Also, you might need to say at some point, Becky will Superdrug.
Any
Neil
questions?
wants to know,
Yeah.
how does someone contour their own back?
Oh, that's not gonna
So
happen.
that's not going to happen, no. You won't be able to see your own back to contour. There's not a great deal to contour on your back anyway. The area that I've focused on the most with the back is the shoulders, which you will be able to reach and if you want to do that, but it's not necessary. Because girls in general don't have a muscly back anyway, so you wouldn't really want to create that illusion. If you're a male and want to do this, then I'd definitely say ask a friend or get it done professionally, a local spray tanner, or somebody that can do this for you.
I would say that I have been working quite a lot on my back, so my back is quite muscly at the moment, which I'm quite happy about. But yeah, I have no idea how I would contour my own back. I would just get a friend to come over and do it, or get them professionally.
So Lisa says, can't you just slap some fake tan on? It takes less time and it's easier than doing this.
Of course you can, but this, you know, we're just trying
This is
out.
just an extension of fake tan. So we've
Yeah.
already
You
popped
can
the
just put
fake tan
foundation
on.
on, you don't need to contour. But, you know, it's quite fun once in a while. But carry on, Becky, sorry.
Yeah, so you don't need to do this, but we've already put fake tan on as well, so this is just an extension of wearing fake tan. Just an extra thing to do, an extra bit of fun. Another area that I'll just show you quickly. So these areas a lot of people struggle with. So if you give this a little bit of a contour, and this will definitely hide that a little bit and give it a nice shading for you. The brushes that I've been using as well, they're just from Superdrug. They're from a range called B, and they're really nice vegan brushes that are all cruelty-free and really lovely to work with. All you need to do is just wash them out afterwards, after you've used them with tan, before you use them on your face again.
I love the bee makeup range actually. None of it's considered on animals, obviously that's illegal in this country, but yeah, all vegan, and I've got amazing lipsticks. Alright, onto tan. But I love that. I love that.
They do amazing contour as well, so when you wash this off, if you want to add extra shading or extra definition, you can use like a powder contour like this on the abs or the highlighter here, which is amazing as well, just to pop over the collarbones and over the fronts of the abs and stuff.
Great. Up here.
Sonia wants to know, how long will this last?
So it just depends on how long your tan lasts. So first, how well you look after your skin when the tan's on, and how long the tan is recommended to stay on for. You can get some that last longer than others. This one will last about a week.
We're using Superdrug Soleil as well as some other tans. Yeah, Becky Mitchell's here with us today from Creators Agency in London. And any questions, Tara?
Yeah, people want to know, when did contouring begin? It's been going on a while.
It's been going on for years, forever, but nobody knew about it. So contouring's been a big thing in Hollywood for forever. It's been going on in makeup history for so long, and it's only recently with social media and celebrities being more accessible, and Kim Kardashian, that people are realising this is how celebrities look so amazing all the time.
I mean, even, you know, years and years and years ago, I always used to put bronzer under my cheekbones and on top of my cheekbone. That's a form of contouring. It's just
Exactly.
we're giving it a new name, we've extended it across the whole face.
And
now,
using your bronzer
today,
over your cleavage.
across the whole body. Yeah, because, you know, it's coming up to summer now, and we're going to be getting in our swimsuits soon. And this is one way which you can make your show off your body to its best, I guess. Let's know if you've got any questions.
So Becky, what stage are we on to now?
So we're just going back into the chest and just finishing off any areas that we need to refocus on really.
Then we're going to go on to the highlighting part of the contouring. What are we going to use for the highlighter?
So we're going to use another tan, but we don't want to use too much highlighter because, like I said before, when we wash this off, that's when we're going to focus mostly on the highlighting, and you'll see the highlighting already, because the base tan that was used is going to be the lighter one anyway, so all the shading will be darker than all the lighter areas.
I guess that's contouring itself.
Yeah.
It never really involved highlighting. That was more of an
Yeah,
extra
highlighting is just an extra added
Yeah.
bonus. So if you are going out and your legs are out, you can highlight down the front of your shins with a nice oil. So this is the Soleil Perfecting Shimmer Oil. You can use this after you rinse your tan off. Don't put it on top because it will break the tan down. Or you can use it over Instant Tan. That's absolutely fine to use over Instant Tan, and it will give you that glow, that shimmer.
We're using a bunch of Superdrug products today to create the look. Let us know if you've got any questions. Tara, anything from you?
People are quite concerned about doing all that hard work, but then getting in the sea and it just coming off.
I don't think it's, yeah, once you've got the tan on, once you've washed it off, it will stay on for the suggested time. So even if you get it wet, the idea is it will stay on for a few days, for a fair few days, hopefully for your whole holiday. So especially if it's not one of those instant tans, the wash off ones.
Yeah, so if it's a wash off, it'll come straight off, I can see. If it's a wear off, it should be absolutely fine. Again, it's just about looking after your tan and making sure you're moisturising with an oil-free moisturiser every night and morning before you go out into the sun.
Have you got a favourite oil-free moisturiser that you would use?
So there's a lot of tanning brands that have their own, so just pick the one that goes with your tanning range, but Superdrug do loads of different ones. You can pop in and have a look, they have loads of different options for you.
Oh, great.
Jenny, have you ever had your body contoured before?
I have not. Wait. Actually, I did try on this body highlighter once. It wasn't exactly body contouring. This is definitely the first time for me. I am quite excited to see the results at the end. And I will be doing it again for my competition. I'm doing this Galaxy Universe in July, and that's like a local bodybuilding competition, bikini comp. And yeah, 3D tans are popular, you know, with anyone from people going on holiday to bikini models to people who are doing competitions, just to make it more curvy, more toned and slimmer. So, very excited to try it out.
Jessica says, oh God, so we're not only expected to contour our faces but our bodies as well. When is this going to end?
This is of course optional, no one has to contour their body. You know, we're just here trying out the latest celebrity trend for our viewers. So yeah, just feel like you have to do it, but if you do, then Becky's here to let us know exactly how to do it.
And Jenny, can you tell us who are contouring media at the moment?
Well, we know the Kardashians love a 3D tan and contouring, and bum contouring was a huge phenomenon that came about a couple of weeks ago, inspired by Kurt Bottoms of Kim and her sisters. And also I interviewed the actress and lingerie model Olympia Valance recently, a few weeks ago. She told me that she loves a good 3D tan, and she's absolutely gorgeous, so she doesn't think I want to try. So that's why we decided to get Becky from Superdrug in today to give it a go on me.
And what products are you using?
So we're using all Superdrug products. We're using the Soleil, which is one of Superdrug's biggest tanning brands, and we're using the Skinny Tan Ab Shader, which is the one that we've used for all of the shading, and we're using some B makeup brushes just for the shading and buffing it in, and we're also using the Soleil tanning mix.
So we're just using 2 tans today?
Yes, just the 2. And then we're going to finish off with the body oil once the tan is washed off.
So make sure you don't put the body oil on before your tan is settled in and you've washed it and patted it dry. Yeah, when you are drying your body off after you've washed off your layer of fake tan, you must pat, you should never rub. You just rub it off.
Yeah, and be careful with the shower gels that you're using and stuff. If they're really oil based, then if you're using them every day, they're going to break the tan down. So just use something that's a nice, natural shower gel.
Can you tell us what area we're doing at the moment?
So we're just doing the shoulders and just blending in from where we did the collarbones.
So if you have been working really hard in the gym, this kind of tan can just show off some of your tone, muscle tone,
All of the work that you've been putting in.
it's fine.
Yeah.
And there's only so much faking you can do, to be honest. You know, the body you've got is the body you've got. You know, you can't make yourself look 3 dress sizes smaller, but maybe 1. That's alright.
Even so, we're not trying to achieve more people being more skinny or anything like that. A
No.
lot of it's creating more curves like at the bottom. We're trying to make it look bigger. So we've used a lot of highlight over the front of the bottom and use a lot of contour underneath to give it a more plump and pert effect. So it's going to make it actually look bigger.
I'm excited.
Is that the trend now for a bigger bottom?
I think it's totally personal. I think there's loads of different trends that go on with bodies, and if you like a more pert bottom, then it just shows that you've been working hard at the gym, or if you have been working hard and you've not seen the results you want yet, then this is just going to help you out a little bit with that.
Got quite a few people in the studio today. Tara, have we got any more questions?
Yeah, people are quite concerned about the time it takes.
So we're almost done now, and then all she's got to do is leave it for a few hours to develop, and then rinse it off, and it'll be good to go.
So just to say, this is going to be rinsed off.
Yes.
Yeah, it'll be rinsed off in a few hours. I'd probably go about my day today, and then before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to get something at home, I'd rinse it off, pat it dry, put some loose dark clothes so it doesn't get all over the sheets. Oh no, it wouldn't do anyway.
No, yeah.
It wouldn't do.
You wouldn't rinse it off by then. Yeah.
Well, if you were doing it at night, you would put some loose dark clothes.
So it's not going to go on the sheets?
Well, it wouldn't. It's not going to go on the sheets tonight after I wash it off. No. But if I was putting it on and I hadn't rinsed it off, maybe it would go on the sheets. But you want to make sure you're covered up when you go to bed. Loose dark clothing.
So there we go, we've focused on all of the areas that we wanted to contour today. So this doesn't look much now, but once the tan's developed and the darker tan, which is the ab shader, has developed even more, and then it's rinsed off, you'll see the natural shading and the natural body contouring.
So this is a 3D tan.
Yeah.
I will. I'll give our viewers a 12. This is the back. And my bottoms look very contoured. I don't know. Yeah, I'll have a look in a minute. And this is the front. We've contoured the abs and the legs and shoulders. What else, Becky?
Everywhere possible that needs shading. So the collarbones, the abs, the waist to make it look a little bit tighter, the inner thigh, the bottom, loads of different areas. You don't need to do every single area that we've done today. We're just showing the possibilities. You can just do the one area that you want to focus on, that you want to highlight.
So we've used 2 tans today, the Super Drug Shade in dark and the ab shader in.
So the ab shader is one colour.
Oh, Skinny Tan ab shader. Available from Super Drug. And this is the Soleil, which was the base tan. Tinted bronzing mousse, face and body. So, I've been Dani Coco from Female, made online. Thank you for watching today. We've been trying out the 3D tan. Thanks for all your questions. Hope we've answered them all for you. And I hope you give it a go this summer. It's a fun thing to try to make you look more defined, toned, curvy, pert, and perhaps more slim around some areas. Becky, thank you so much.
Thank you
for doing that for me. And yeah, thank you very much. See you next time.